Hello, my name is Lord Surtr, and this is the Tier 0 Alpha Dark Kestrel. So, this ship, the Kestrel, is the perfect entry point for abyssals for anybody who is, well, Caldari or wants to go down the missile path. If you're an Alpha, you're right where you need to be. This ship is a fantastic starter for both Omega and Alphas, of course. So most of it comes down to the bonuses for the frigates. Level 3 or 4 frigate would be perfect. I would suggest 4, but 5% bonus to light missile and rocket damage, and 10% bonus to light missile and rocket max velocity, which means they fly faster and thus they go farther. So it's essentially a bit of a range bonus as well here. And that's really good because rockets are really short range. So this character right here, this one, my paperclip maximizer, is my alpha character. So I will be flying it on an alpha character with alpha skills, with the basic fit as it comes. I am cap stable with it. I do about 103 DPS. I would suggest for tier 0 to be comfortable to beat all of the rooms. Try to have at least like 90 sheet DPS here. Then you're good. You can do it with lower if you get to good rooms, which you do most of the times, but yeah, if you can avoid it, you want to weed out those rooms where you just run out of time or die. So the fit is very simple. You have the 4 arbalist rocket launchers in the high slots. I just put on arbalist. You can go with tech 2 if you want, if you get the skills for it, but this is meant to be a starter, so arbalist it is. It is the best meta version for the launchers, also relatively cheap. Just a small shield booster tech 2. This one requires like few skills, but very easy and quick to get to. Monopropellant afterburner because of less capacitor use for this one. Small cap battery 2. You should be able to fit this quite soon. So requirements: energy grid upgrades 2, power grid management 2. You should have it at this point. The shield booster is shield operation 3. It should be a given, really. Compact EM shield amplifier hardly requires any skills, but it does give you a nice EM resist for this tier right here. The ballistic control system 2s might be the hardest one to get into. It's weapon upgrades 4, but then again, that is also a essential skill. It will get you to the DPS you want. Then for the rigs, we have a small thermal shield reinforcer for a little bit of extra thermal resists. A capacitor safeguard because it reduces the capacitor need of modules which require shield operation, which would be our shield booster, of course. And then a small loading bay accelerator for a little bit of extra DPS, a little bit of extra rate of fire. The rockets that I'm using for this one are the pure basic Tech 1 rockets, nothing special, nothing fancy. You can, of course, load the Caldari navies or like the faction rockets into this. It will give you a little bit more DPS. So if you're just below the threshold, and yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, but not too much, you can temporarily go over it and get to the right spot by using the faction rockets. Of course, we will be running a Tranquil Dark Filament. That is a tier 0 that this ship is meant for. So I'm gonna undock and get right into it. Now this ship with the missiles, rockets, is a great starter to eventually go for, let's say, a Hawk. You can go a few ways with this. You can go train some drone skills on top, and then you can transition into Choristas, into Worm, Mamba, Gila, and that goes all the way to tier 6. Or you go the frigate way, the missile way, and then you go for the Hawk essentially, and Hawks also go up to tier 6. Another option would be to, but that's probably a little more skill intensive, I'm not sure, would be Jackdaws, which also go up to tier 6. But that's tier 3 tactical destroyer, and well, something I maybe forgot to mention is frigates tend to be, the higher tiers frigates you tend to be with 3. So, or 3 people, or multi-boxing 3 accounts. For destroyers it is 2 people or multi-boxing 2 accounts. If you want to stay solo, or 1 account only, the lower tiers can be done in frigates, like tier 0, 1 and 2. From 3 onwards you need to go for or 2 frigates, or if you want to stay solo, go for a cruiser. Probably from that point onwards it would be Gila or Cerberus, I would say. So let's get started. I may have to invite myself into a fleet. And then wait for the session timer. I'm gonna do one of these as an example. So let's go. I have about 103 DPS, so I'm a little bit above the 90. You've got 1 cruiser, and if LTs, like in Dark you get like turret optimal and fall off range penalty. Missiles, which is why missiles are so good in Dark Abyss, are not turrets, they're launchers, so they are unaffected. You've also got a 50% velocity bonus for the ship, of course, for anything that moves in here. So you will be flying quite fast, even with an afterburner. I'm doing 1300 meters a second, so I like afterburners here instead of macro warp drives, as macro warp drives tend to go like bloody fast. Really, really fast. And you should also beware in the dark of speed clouds. If you have a macro warp drive and you hit a speed cloud and you're facing the wrong direction, well, good luck. Hope you make it back into the arena, because you might be quite far outside of it within seconds. I prefer afterburners here. And as you can see, the damage is nice. This is one of the easier rooms. Only 1 FLTs. This is tier 0. Tier 0 Tranquil, I consider it is the best place to start. It is kind of, look at it like a tutorial, like something that shows you how the mechanics work. Like this is a room. This is maybe a cloud on occasion, although I'm not sure they even spawn in here. I rarely ever see one. This is the loot. Pop it, take it. This is a conduit, this is a gate. It is used to go to the next room. The conduit only opens when everything in the room is dead. You don't have to do this in a Kestrel. If you're unsure and you want to start abyssals, you can go do a Tranquil with any ship that can enter the abyss, even a Gila or a super expensive one if you just want to learn the mechanics. It is good to start low and then just move upwards, instead of just going for what you believe you can handle without any experience, because believe me, it will be different. You also do not get any electronic warfare in tier 0 yet. So the higher you go, the more stuff spawns, the bigger the waves are, the bigger damage is, the more electronic warfare you'll encounter. Everything just increases. And here I'm gonna deactivate my afterburner because they will be orbiting me. You know, missiles have a limited flight time, so because not every volley is hitting. It's because, yeah, this is dark, they are just too fast. So my missile range in here is 11 kilometers. And something you should account for, especially in dark, is that if they're orbiting you, your missiles will fly those 11 kilometers. But if their orbit goes around you, and when you launch your missiles, they're 11 away, then you're not gonna hit, because your missiles still need to make it all the way to the target. It's a bit of math, essentially. You want to be closer than your maximum range if you can help it, because everything is moving and the distance they move needs to be added onto the missile range. And in dark everything moves really fast, so that distance increases. And another benefit you get in the dark is that anything that uses turrets to hit you will come really close to you, because, well, optimal involve penalty in here for turrets, so they want to be really close with you, which is perfect if you're using something like rockets, because that's what you want as well. So I've got an angel here, so I'm gonna reload for explosive. Sometimes something you can also do is on any NPC just to do show info if you're not sure what damage type you should be doing. And there you go, here you have all the resists. So for angels, explosive is on average the lowest. And you can also see what damage type they do. So they do thermal and kinetic here. Mostly thermal, a bit of kinetic. Those are really, really good things to know. The average loot for tier 0, if you're starting out, is about 2.2 million ISK. And if you're an alpha or a new character, or if just like general newbie, you're starting the game, then at that point this is quite good ISK, because it also doesn't take that long to get. And the investment is quite low. What is the cost of my ship? Okay, I do have loot on board, so it's about 6.3 million without loot. It's a little over 6 million total fit. So in 3 runs, I have my entire ship paid for. Isn't that amazing? Alright, so that was the Rocket Kestrel for alpha characters. A perfect tier 0 Dark Abyssal starter. So I'll be back with more next time, but you can also wait for the next video. I forgot what I was gonna say, I'm just gonna, yeah. Anyway, be sure to comment, like and subscribe, and I'm also streaming live on Twitch under Lord Surtr. Feel free to drop by over there. If not, visit me my in-game channel or join the Discord if you have any questions, want any fits, or I will of course link the fit down below. And that is it for me, so I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.